What's going on, guys? So in some of my recent videos that I've been posting on both Instagram and YouTube, a lot of you guys have been asking about the John boat build and rig and kind of just want to see how it's laid out and how it is. So today I'm going to kind of do a page out of Mike Gilbert's book doing a my boat, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what it's like fishing out of this rig and why I love it so much. So let's just start with up here in the front. Okay, so the trolling motor is an old school motor guide. I believe it's a 46-pound thrust trolling motor, 12 volts. So all it takes is just one battery up here in the front, and it's been good to me. I've had it for I think almost 4 years now, and it does the job. It's fairly quiet. It has just enough thrust to move this boat even in strong winds. I do need to replace the battery a lot just because of how much I do like to fish in the wind and keep this thing on 5. So the battery's life definitely drains a lot. So other than that, it's nice. It's pretty solid. So, well, not solid like that, but you guys know what I mean. So that's the front of the boat. This is a 14-foot Gregor that we actually, when I say we, me and my buddy Captain Chris, I will leave a link to his account, his Instagram down in the description below, and his YouTube, that we picked up in SoCal back in 2020. And dude, this is just such a fun boat to build out. It took a while, but the way that it's built, I mean, these past 2 years, I've absolutely beat it to shit, and it's still holding up really, really well, actually. So this is the front of the boat. That motor guy kind of sits on like this platform here. So it just sits on this platform here, solid, sturdy. I believe these two pieces are like wood. And then you have the front storage. This is where the battery connects down to. So we're gonna get that open in a second. Okay, and then this is kind of the deck space on this thing before we open the hatch. It's fairly large. I mean, it's probably, I think we measured it, it's like at the widest back here, it's I believe like 4 feet. I want to say it's probably like 7 feet long or something like that. It's a pretty big deck on this 14-foot boat. So this is basically where all the magic happens in here. Basically open it up and it opens that way, which is fine. Kind of just opens to the side. And then you have basically all the random stuff that you can think of in here. So battery's up here, so it connects going up that way. And so it's kind of out of the way. You know, just kind of start taking stuff out. Tools. Always have to have tools in the boat. One of my most precious things in this boat, for sure, is this Toothy Fisherman bait knocker. I will leave a link down in the description below if you guys wanted to check that guy out. He makes these amazing bait knockers. They're like 45 bucks, but they will save you so many baits so many times. It's like not even funny. Like those things pay for themselves triple times over like the first outing. It's unbelievable. So get you guys yourselves one of those. If you guys like fishing soft baits or anything in some risky areas, these will absolutely save you. This one is just like a little box that I got from Walmart. You open it inside, a little pouch. Inside this little pouch, we have a bunch of just random stuff from, you know, Swimbait underground split rings to egg snaps by Decoy. We have beast hooks, more beast hooks, flashies, some other random stuff in here, nail weight. So all that good stuff goes in there, so it's nice and packaged. Then obviously one of the most important things, got the Brecknail scale. Stays in here, stays dry. A lot of guys that have those Brecknails, they find out that they don't really like water. So I like keeping it really, you know, I really like to baby this thing a lot. So, and then just random other stuff. So like Swimbait underground scent that I use every once in a while. Paper clips, knife, super glue, extra pair of pliers. There's a deep tracer in there. There's a fizzer in there. So just your normal, typical terminal kind of stuff that you got to have in the boat at all times. And you close that up. Move that out of the way. We dig more deeply in here. you guys might notice that this is a cable. This cable is basically for a battery charger, and basically what I have started to do is I started to mount this up in the front, and I use this as a second GoPro angle. So that's kind of what that random cable is. Big bass board, we got one in here, and then there's just a bunch of other random stuff like life jackets and just a bunch of other tools in there. Not that exciting. So we are going to take out, basically this is my bait bin or just random junk, so we already kind of saw that. So then you have, so we got Queen K9 negotiator in there. Let's see what else is I have. 250s, triple trouts. I believe there's a Hinkle shad over here on this side. More 250s on that side. I believe this is big soft baits. Let's take a look. Yep, 12-inch nates, real praise. Big stuff. I don't know why they're still in the boat, because they are definitely not biting that stuff now. They're more on the other stuff now, the smaller stuff. Throw that to the side. Just a bunch of, Citizens, battle shads. I got tons of, the travel board. What's in here? Oh, yep. Two of my favorite 7-inch glides. We have a Doom Rider by 86 baits, and then you have a Gangcraft 178. Both of those glide baits absolutely get crushed this time of year when the fish are kind of on the smaller stuff. Roman made trick. More boards, line, Citizen. Boom. We have some Rejuvenate that I will show you guys why I have that in this boat in a second. And then this is like kind of like my terminal tackle in here as well. So got nail weights, split rings, snaps, grenade weights, and then I've got some of the hooks that I like to use in here as well. Not bad. It doesn't fit some of the bigger hooks, so if you're into small hooks, boom, get you one of those and you're pretty much dialed. Everything else is kind of just random junk, so we will start throwing the stuff back in here. Okay, so that's basically that big compartment there. That's what we have. And then stepping back a little bit, one of my favorite features that Chris, the guy who helped build this boat with me, he put these little side pockets here. So I got, my pliers, dikes, they stay on this side. They're always out. So when I'm out fishing and I need to change line, or when I need to change knots, just strip off some line, I got my pliers, my dikes are right here. I don't have to dig in anywhere to grab them. Random junk pile of just random stuff that I put over here as well. Then, I guess since we have it right here, this is just a Bass Pro net that I've been using for the past few years. I love it. It's lightweight for one guy to use, but the hoop is big enough to land some pretty nice sized fish. It's long too when it's fully extended, like nice and long when it's fully extended. Like, look how far that thing goes out. So I really like this net. Hasn't screwed me over yet, so knock on wood for that. But really dope net for what it is. I mean, probably the best thing Bass Pro's made in forever. So I'm gonna put that guy up there. Then you come back here, and then you have this other compartment, and this is the live well. Yeah, it's not the greatest live well. It's literally just a fish tank that I bought at Petco one night, and so like hopefully it fits. And basically it's the 30 inches long. I believe it's like 11.5 inches tall, and then the width is like just perfect. Like, I don't know, I think it's like another 10 inches or so. Like, it fits in here so perfectly, and it doesn't move at all. Like, it doesn't move at all. That thing is in there. I've put some nice fish in here. I've had a 9 and a 7 fit in here perfectly, and it does pretty well. I still need to kind of like do better and make it a lot better, but for right now it works. I don't ever really keep fishing this live well longer than like an hour, so they always swim away pretty healthy. So now how I fill it up, I have this little Berkeley little 12-volt battery here. I got it from Bass Pro. I forgot how much it was, but just this little battery, And then you have I just use like a bilge pump. And so basically what I do is if I've got a fish, I keep it in the net on the side, and then I put this thing on the side in the water, and then I connect the 2 alligator clips to the battery. The hose will boom, go in, and it'll fill it up. It fills it up in, you know, I don't know, like 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how high I want the water in there. And then basically what I do is I put that rejuvenate in there, and then every like 30 minutes or so I'll recycle the water. I'll take some out, put some back in, or I'll just re-aerate it with the same exact thing. And it's worked pretty well so far. I should probably get a lid for it as well, because when they start thrashing, it gets water everywhere. And so that's basically the front half of the boat. Coming back here, I just picked up some new seats because I wanted to feel like the boat's going to be like an actual bass boat. So basically I just set up the seats. They're super comfortable. This isn't the fastest boat, so when you're running far and you got to sit down, these seats definitely come into play. And so I'm pretty stoked on them. They were pretty cheap overall. So let's go over here to the side, I guess, and then we'll kind of go to the back. So this little thingamajigger over here is for my graph, and I have it all kind of just wired weirdly, but it works. So this side over here opens up like that. Then you got a little box that fits in here, and then you just have a bunch of just technical equipment. So Helix 7, and it fits right here on the side perfectly. Lake Master, GoPro cables, lights, more Lake Master cards, just a bunch of just random stuff in there. This Hummingbird is really sick. I like it so far. No complaints, especially on a boat like this. It's definitely needed. I like to use it a lot when I'm fishing offshore. Comes in handy. Then on this side you have another of the same exact box. Inside I just got some chalk, some extra line. Just whenever I have a guest in the boat, I normally have them use this side to put whatever they have over here. And then the piece of resistance, I just have this GoPro pole here that I kind of just jerry-rigged together. And so basically I have this mount. This was I believe it's just like a fishing pole mount. And so I just drilled it in. Doesn't budge, doesn't move at all. And when I extend it, hold on. So then I extend it and it comes way up here, and that's basically how I get the angles that I do. It works really well. And basically what I do is I run a cable through from here, kind of through that crack, comes up, and it goes right to the GoPro, and it works really, really well. So that's the GoPro pole. Then just the back of the boat, I obviously have a gas tank, Tohatsu, 15 horsepower 4-stroke motor, and that's basically it. That wire is for the transducer in the back, and that's basically my boat. I absolutely love this boat. It's been such an awesome boat to me. Coming from like a smaller 12-foot boat to this was just a night and day difference, and I have absolutely loved this boat. It's got a lot of mojo on it from this past season, so it's been really good to me. All right, guys, that is my boat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it gives you guys kind of an idea of the exact rig that I've been fishing out of for the past 2 years. Again, absolutely love this. This thing rides so much better than my old flat bottom boat, if you guys remember that one. This thing is super good. And I'm not saying that you don't get wet, but it's so much better, so much smoother than the old boat. It fishes 2 people great. You can't ask for a much better little John boat, especially to fish some of these lakes that we have out here. Well, other than that, if you guys have any other questions about the build of the boat or just fishing in general, leave a comment down below. I will get back to them. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, go out there and chase your dreams.